Hey everyone, welcome back to Shade Review. In today's video, we are reviewing the Serengeti Aitkin sunglasses. But first off, in today's video sponsor, our own website, shadereviewstore.com, the absolute best place to buy designer sunglasses, up to 80% off the original MSRP. Again, our website there is shadereviewstore.com. Check it out. So let's go ahead and pop the sunglasses on face and talk about the dimensions. These have 56mm lenses and a 15mm bridge. These have a really cool looking kind of aviator, navigator, double bridge style to them with flat lenses, and these have a 4 base curve to them, so they're not going to wrap around the face too much, and that's going to definitely enhance the style in my opinion. Now these frames are a part of Serengeti's Sport collection, so that means that they have the little Serengeti S logo here in the top right corner of the lens for authentication purposes, and that S actually does not stand for sport, even though a lot of people think it stands for sport. It actually stands for Saturn, because these have Serengeti's Saturn photochromic polarized lenses with their spectral control technology and anti-reflective properties as well here on the back side of the lens. So a very, very advanced lens, but these are actually a polycarbonate lens instead of Serengeti's traditional mineral glass lens. Their mineral glass lenses are going to be twice the weight of their Saturn lenses. So with these Saturn lenses, you're getting a much more lightweight lens, and you're also going to get better impact resistance and shadow resistance as well. So for those of you who are not familiar with glass lenses, even a very high quality pair of glass lenses is still capable of shattering into 1,000,000 pieces. If you're in a car accident, the airbag explodes at a certain angle, it can really do a lot of eye damage. And if you're riding something like a motorcycle, again, you don't want to wear a pair of sunglasses with all glass lenses. You really want to get something with a polycarbonate lens. There's really no reason to go out and buy a glass lens if you're doing any activities where you're going to be prone to the lens potentially shattering. Every time I get on a motorcycle, I'm always wearing a polycarbonate lens, and for the most part, anytime I get behind a steering wheel as well, I'm wearing a pair of sunglasses with polycarbonate lenses instead of all glass lenses. The trade-offs are going to be the lenses are not going to be quite as crisp and quite as clear. They're also not going to have quite as good scratch resistance as well. So two negatives, but again, you're probably 10% worse clarity. And then as far as the scratch resistance between all glass and polycarbonate goes, there is really a massive difference. It's very hard to scratch a all glass lens with low impact, scraping. So if you take a car key and try to scrape the lens, it's going to be very hard in an all glass lens, where here with a polycarbonate lens, it's going to be much easier. Again, I don't know exactly how to quantify it in percentage terms, but it is a really big difference. So if you have some good polymer lenses, you do definitely want to protect these lenses by storing them in their case, I should say. But either way, these still do have good anti-scratch properties as well. So it's not like they're a cheap lens, but they're going to be prone to scratching a lot more than those all glass mineral lenses that Serengeti has to offer here. And because these sunglasses feature their lightweight Saturn polycarbonate lenses, these frames and lenses combined are only going to weigh 31 grams. So you can wear these all day long without any discomfort. And if they were to have the mineral glass lenses, they'd probably weigh closer to like 42 grams or something around there. And again, it would also kind of throw off the weight balance because they'd be much heavier here around the lens, where right out of the box, these have a perfect weight and distribution to them with those polycarbonate lenses, which is really nice. Now, as far as the actual clarity of these lenses goes, these are extremely clear. I really do love these driver's lenses. So these at Corway that I have on today's video have their brushed bronze stainless steel frame, and then the lens is their Saturn polarized drivers category 2 to category 3 polarized lens. Now, as far as the exact colorway that I have on today's video, these have Serengeti's brushed bronze stainless steel frame, so it's going to be very rust resistant. And then the lenses are their Saturn polarized drivers category 2 to category 3 lens. Now, these are in fact a photochromic lens, even though they are their Saturn polycarbonate lens. They're actually going to darken when they're exposed to UV rays. They're going to darken from a category 2 to a category 3. Now, keep in mind, if you're behind the windshield, windshield of a modern car, that windshield is going to block like 99% of the UVA and UVB rays, so these lenses are not going to activate. That's something that's kind of a little bit weird about Serengeti's lenses that they call their driver's lenses. They're not actually going to activate behind a modern windshield, so it doesn't necessarily always make it the best lens for using when driving when they're stuck at a category 2 and it's extremely bright and sunny out. So definitely keep that in mind as well. Now, as far as the actual clarity of these lenses goes, these are really, really clear. They're going to block 99.9% of glare with their polarized lenses. And then the brown lenses are just going to offer a very warm and rich bold colors and kind of increase the saturation, if you will, of the outside world. I really, really do like these lenses, and Serengeti spectral control technology is really, really good. And I've got into that in some other Serengeti reviews, so I'm not going to completely get into that technology in this video. Now these frames do have very nice and premium fully adjustable nose rests, so you can actually bend these out and give them a custom fit to the face, and they are very, very comfortable right out of the box. And these frames also have 3-barrel spring hinges, so as you can see here, they're going to bend out and give a custom fit to basically anybody's face. Very, very comfortable, and they sit on the face really good right out of the box. Again, I can kind of shake my head, and they're not going to fall off very easily at all, which is really nice. Now, if you take a look here at the inner right temple of the frame, we can see they say Serengeti polarized there. Then here in the inner left temple of the frame, we can see the exact colorway and model information there. And they say made in Italy because these frames are made in Italy, and the build quality here is really, really good. Serengeti has switched production over to Italy, so basically all of their new frames are going to be made in Italy, and the quality's been really great so far. Now, if you take a look here at the top of the left temple, we can see it does say Serengeti there, also for authentication purposes. Now, if you take a look at the welds are absolutely beautiful on the frames, very, very symmetrical and nice, really, really, really good. And they do a very good job of welding it and then probably kind of polishing the weld just a little bit as well. So it looks very, very nice and not sloppy or anything like that. Now, as far as pricing goes, these are going to run you around $260. And for polarized lenses that are photochromic and all this technology, I think it's a really, really good price. A pair of polarized Ray-Bans are going to run you around $220 now, I believe. So really not that much more money to step up to a pair of Serengeti sunglasses, and these definitely don't disappoint. Now, probably the biggest downside of these frames is going to be the coverage from sun, because they only have a 3-base curve to them. So here up top, you can see a pretty massive gap to let sunlight in unprotected. And then here on the side, there's also a massive gap to let sunlight in unprotected. So not the most practical pair of frames from Serengeti. And the other downside would probably be that because the frames fit so flat on the face, my eyebrows actually kind of make contact with the top lens here. And because of that, you can see a lot of smudging here. Now, I do have these kind of large, bushy eyebrows, which are going to be kind of the culprit with these frames getting all smudgy here. But as you can see here, it's going to make contact with my eyebrows if you push them all the way back. And because of that, you're definitely going to get some kind of, you know, smudge and oils there, which is definitely annoying. And then over time, the oils are just going to kind of slowly kind of drip down towards the middle of the lens. So because of that, you know, it's not going to be the most practical pair of frames. Now, of course, I can fix this by pushing the frames off the eyebrows about 0.5 millimeter, and they're still relatively comfortable, but not quite as comfortable. They feel like they're going to fall off just a little bit more like this. And of course, you're not always going to remember to put the frames this certain way. So I would definitely say that's also a negative. But overall, I really, really do like this pair of frames. I really like the styling of them, and I do like these Saturn lenses a lot as well. And we do have these available on our website for a substantial discount off the original MSRP. So make sure to check out shadereviewstore.com if you're interested in buying a pair of these frames for yourself. We do have a couple of these available in stock. But that's all I have for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give me a big thumbs down below. And of course, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and then you'll be notified every single time I upload a brand new video, just like this one, to our YouTube channel. Again, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.